morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing great. Personally, I'm doing fine. I'm enjoying the fact that I've put just baby to sleep to have a few minutes with you, and I'm in my kitchen because I haven't eaten so far. And actually, I say good morning, but it's 1 p.m., so I still need to eat. I wanted to share something with you that is very important to me. I was raised that way that I wanted to breastfeed my baby, and that I was convinced that if a mother wouldn't breastfeed her baby, it was just because it was cosmetic problems, and that the mother was actually not willing to breastfeed her baby. Now, the experience had proven me that it was not the case, that even though I had in my heart and that I was very convinced and sure of myself that it was something instinctive, that things were going to be great, and even though they were hard, I was going to fight through it. And that is 30 years of convincing myself that I was going to be breastfeeding for sure for at least a year, and that I was going to be donating milk because breast milk is the best thing for a baby. Well, I couldn't do it. And I am willing to share with you my experience, because I'm not willing to be just as most videos that you will find, something that is an inspiration just because I'm saying that I've never had any issue and that life is perfect, and that I was given the opportunity to never have to struggle nor to face any difficult situation. Yes, I have been through actually deception, because I was willing to breastfeed my baby, still I couldn't do it. And this is what I'm willing to share, is actually my experience in the struggle, and to say that things are going to go okay. There is hope, and you are going to find the light throughout it. Alright, so I'm willing to share something very personal to me. It actually is the fact of breastfeeding my baby. When my baby was born, it was actually an expectant baby, and everything was very positive. I've had a beautiful pregnancy. Now, I was happy for my baby to come out, because we had 36 degrees canicule, and it was a very tough summer. But other than that, I was just looking forward for my baby to arrive. I've been waiting for him for so long, and he was there. So actually, when my baby came out, he went out of the room, and the giving birth went okay. I wouldn't say perfect, but he went out, and I didn't have any C-section nor whatsoever, so it was okay. And I'm willing to share that because it's another topic of emotional hard birth, but it's another topic. So my baby's healthy. They put him on my chest for him to do skin to skin. And actually, after 2 to 3 minutes, I'm not quite sure about the time, because, you know, everything is so weird at that moment, my baby is starting to search for the boob. So very instinctively, I say, okay, he's hungry, and I poke him into the boob, and he latches and he drinks. Perfect. Normally, after being born, baby tend to lose a bit of weight. That is normal, and I will not go so much into depth about that, because I'm of course not a professional, and I would need to investigate before touching that point. But my baby, normally when they leave the hospital, they're supposed to have been going normally to, number 2 and everything. It all depends, of course, on the country where you're at, but I was very proud, and pediatricians were surprised to see that when we left the hospital after 72 hours, that maybe my baby had gained all his weight again, and even more than what he was born, the weight that he was born in. So actually, we were very proud. Breastfeeding was a success. Now we go home, and I find myself alone with a baby that cries for 20 hours a day, that has colics, and I go on emergency to see the pediatricians, and he says, no, everything is fine. And I went to see every single professional that you can meet for a baby, that you can go and visit for a baby. And nothing to do. My baby was just crying. He wasn't sleeping. He was sleeping maybe just as I was. Maybe in all 24 hours day, he would be sleeping for an hour in total. So we were sleep deprived. We were tired. My baby was not satisfied. And after a month and a half, he started losing weight and losing weight and losing weight. And this is when I went out to the pediatrician and said, there's something wrong. And the pediatrician said, no, everything is fine. and I met a lactation consultant, which I paid from my very own pocket, and because the health insurance didn't cover that. And actually, she said one very well, after the third appointment, she said, your baby is fine, stop feeding him, he's having colics, he cannot digest all the milk that you're giving him. And I would pump in front of her, and she would say, no, it's normal, you're not getting any drop of milk out because your baby drank it all, but your baby is fine, and he's actually getting too much milk, too much weight, you need to stop breastfeeding so much. The same afternoon, I went to the pediatrician, and she said, your baby's losing weight. Your baby, you need to go to formula and to stop breastfeeding from now on. Your baby needs to eat. And I got very, very, very scared for my baby. Actually, I got very scared. So we decided from the night to the morning to stop breastfeeding my baby and to give him formula. And then my baby changed like that. My baby started sleeping the whole night, started taking some naps. My baby started smiling for the whole day straight. My baby started being interactive, be smiley, be positive. He even started seducing women. He changed completely from the night to the morning. My baby was hungry, and I should have listened to my guts before. When I said my baby's unsatisfied, he wasn't satisfied. Whatever professional could say, he wasn't satisfied. Now, why I'm being particularly angry and frustrated, it's because I actually, after that, promised to myself I would investigate and I would find out what went wrong. Because for me, it was something instinctive. You are supposed, if you fight through that, you are supposed to be able to breastfeed your baby. And after a month of investigation, because we've sticked out to formula, even though I have found out 2 weeks before going back to work that it was possible to relactate, and I was willing to do that. And actually I did that for a week, and I went back to work and I stopped because first of all, my work is demanding, my baby's demanding. I live away from my work and I have to travel a lot, and I was still tired, and actually I was also being ashamed of my baby, of me pumping if I'm not breastfeeding my baby. So that would be weird, and I wouldn't like to explain why relactation. I live in Switzerland. Here mentalities are very conservative and very close, and I need to say very, very old-fashioned in regards to medicine and to all the new technologies and everything. And this is why I'm actually being angry, because I've talked to professionals. I went to see lactation consultants. I did a lot of things, and I found out after investigating for months that first of all, my pump wasn't adapted to my boobs. This is why I was actually having bruises and bleeding when I was pumping and not getting a single drop out of that. And the lactation consultant, the pediatrician, they would see me pump and they wouldn't have once mentioned a size flange that was not adapted. When I bought the pump that I bought, 300 francs, that's more or less 350 euros. For your indication, the insurances do not cover that. And at no point at the shop or in the manual they mentioned that there are standard sizes that do not fit every single mom, and that there are brands that do not offer several flange sizes. And yeah, I think I have the impression I was not advised well enough. I was not supported. I was not surrounded well enough by our health system. I started little by little to create every time less and less milk. And when I went to the formula, well, from the day to the other, there was no breast milk more, and I even doubted on the quality of my milk. So I started investigating, and I found so many things coming from moms, coming from other countries' health systems, that really made me angry, because we're not supported enough. We're finger pointed if we do not breastfeed our baby, but we're not supported and we don't get enough advices if we have to fight through that. I would recommend one thing. First of all, trust your guts. I even found out that my baby had a tongue tie, excuse me, and that his latch was never correct, and this is why he was not actually asking my boob to produce more, because he was just getting exhausted on the boob, because he wouldn't get enough milk. He would fall asleep, and as soon as I would take him off, he would cry and cry and cry for 20 hours straight. It would be that way because my baby was not satisfied, because he wouldn't have a great latch. I went to pediatrician, I went to nurses, I went to the hospital, I went to all kind of professionals, and I mentioned that, and they said, no, it's all right. It's not all right. I wasn't able to breastfeed my baby. My baby is not a very cuddly one, and that would have been for me, first of all, the possibility to breastfeed my baby with good mother milk, and the second of all, to bond with him. I was able to do none of that, which I'm not shaming people that are giving formula to my baby, because I am, and my baby's doing great. I'm just saying, if you're willing to do something, they should allow you to do so, not giving you poor advices, not surrounding you. Other thing, so trust your gut. Do everything for what you trust is good, because you do have the instinct. Third of all, I'm willing to say, all the videos, all the testimonies that you see in YouTube saying, oh, you have to purchase this, buy. Spend your money, spend your money, spend your money. It is not correct. You shouldn't spend your whole salary to be able to breastfeed your baby. It's not the way the world is done. It's not the way we have done through millionaires to breastfeed our babies. You shouldn't spend your money to be able to breastfeed. There are issues. So I would like the health system to stop saying, there's no issue. You just need to relax. You just need to buy that. You just need to do that. No, come on. I have an issue. I'm willing to have support. And this is why I'm willing to open the discussion with you today, because I'm not willing to pretend, oh, my baby, he was born and at the very same hour he latched, I breastfed him, he is perfect, he does everything great, and he slept from the very first minute the whole night. No, it's not the truth. I'm willing to bring hope, though. There is hope. There are moms that are struggling, and formula is okay, but there is hope, and I'm willing to bring real advices to you. The last thing is that surround yourself. If you can, do a baby when you have surroundings that is going to be able to help you, to support you. And if the baby's already there, surround yourself. Don't reject help. For myself, I would have a baby that would cry for 20 hours straight, as I said, and I would have a husband that would be working on congresses, leaving home, leaving me alone, without family, without support. I would have to take care of the house because he wouldn't be happy if the house wasn't tidy up when he came back. I would need to cook for myself. Who is going to prepare himself some healthy food when he still needs to go do some groceries, cook the food, eat, drink some water, have a bath, and everything with a yelling baby, unsatisfied baby that hasn't slept for a single minute in the day? Nobody's doing that. So what I was doing is having my baby constantly in my boob and just waiting for the day to pass. But would my husband come and help me at the end of the day? Would he trust me that the baby would have been crying for 20 hours straight? No. There would be no one helping me to tidy the house. There would be no one to actually cook some food for me to be having that ready for the next day, or even taking the baby 30 minutes for me to prepare the food for the next day. No one. And that is my testimony, and I'm not there to complain. I'm just there to say, there are other moms out there that live the same thing. You're not alone to actually struggle on your own with a husband that is outside and no family to help you. I am not the only one. This is why I'm sharing that with you. Surround yourself. Surround yourself. If the house is not tidy up, it doesn't matter. You need to have food ready for you to just quickly eat something throughout the day, because you need to gain some calories to be able to feed your baby. You need to have the possibility to have someone taking your baby 15 minutes for you to take a shower and to heal your wounds after giving birth. You need to have 10 minutes, if your baby cries, someone taking your baby to have a walk for 10 minutes for you to have quietness. You need to have some sleep, and you need to feel that you can rely on someone. And I was lacking that. I was lacking the possibility to drink, to go to the toilet, to cure myself, and to just have quietness. I was so overwhelmed, and this is why I was not creating enough milk. So girls, And boys, you're not alone, and I'm willing to open a discussion space here. Thank you very much, and take care of yourself.